The Fearless Social podcast is proudly sponsored by ScriptDoll.com. Want to write professional sales copy, email campaigns, and video sales letters for your product or business? ScriptDoll makes it as easy as answering a few questions. To try ScriptDoll for just $1, visit ScriptDoll.com and enter promo code PODCAST. And now, this week's episode. Hey, what's going on? Ben Atkins here with you, and welcome to this edition of the Fearless Social podcast. On this show, we're going to talk about how to get into selling physical products online for less than $100. So a lot of folks out there are buzzing about physical products, but there's a huge misconception that, hey, I got to get in and I got to buy inventory and then I got to ship it out from my house. And man, that seems like a pain in the butt to get started when I really don't even know if I'm going to be successful at this. And I think that's something a lot of people go through is, they want to get into this stuff, but they're like, it's a lot of risk. It's buying inventory. Where do I buy inventory in the first place? And, how do I get going with this? So on this particular show, we're going to talk about how to get started for less than $100 and then what to do once you find a winner, something that's selling well and you want to start scaling it up. So let's dive in. Let's get started because I like to keep these quick and I like to, get you a ton of value. So with this particular setup, I wrote a book about this. It was a short book. It was called Ecomfinity. And if you were interested in all in that, you can find it at fearlesssocial.com in the products tab. But the thing that I really loved about this method, and I'm just going to give you sort of a glancing overview, is you can get into selling really cool stuff online, physical products for less than $100. And you can do it by being a little bit clever. Okay, so I want to give you a couple tools that we're going to use to do this. The first is something called Shopify. If you don't know what Shopify is, you can go to shopify.com. And if you go to fearlesssocial.com and you see our show notes, we'll have a link that you can go through and a discount code so that you can get in for a little cheaper than everybody else out there. But just go ahead and check it out. Shopify, if you don't want to go through our link, shopify.com. And this is a place where you can dive in and get started. Now, the cool thing about Shopify is it's pretty easy to go in and actually set your store up. Like I said, if you need extra help, we have a guide called Ecomfinity that can walk you through that. But with Shopify, it's pretty easy to get set up. It's pretty easy to get started, to set up a store where you can take credit cards and you can sell something. And the unique thing about Shopify is it's actually set up to take addresses and to do shipping, and it's for physical products, really. Now, you can sell digital things on there, but physical products is really where Shopify shines because it manages all these things that you need to have a physical product business. The hard part for most people is this. Most people don't want to get into this because they think, I'm going to have to go find something I want to sell. I'm going to have to order inventory. And by the way, let me suggest that when you do that, you use a couple companies that we'll suggest here at the end. But when they first start, they're like, man, that's going to be really crappy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a technique that hopefully will help you. This is something that, my friends and I have been talking about for a while, but maybe you haven't heard us talking about it. Maybe you have just now finding us. So the idea is there are some really cool places out there that you can get some cool stuff done and you can get inventory to sell without actually having to buy inventory. And it's through a process called arbitrage. Now, arbitrage basically means this. It means you are going to buy something in one area or one network for a price, and then you are going to sell it in another area or network for a different price. So the first network that we're going to actually buy this stuff is eBay. And eBay is a great place to start because it's typically people who are out there just like you wanting to make a living and they're selling physical products. So let's say that you decided you were going to sell chew toys for dogs. Okay, so you set up your Shopify store, you're selling chew toys for dogs, and you jump over to eBay and you find a few people that are selling chew toys. Now, you don't want to go the auction route. You want to go the buy it now route. And when you actually search in eBay for chew toys for dogs, you're going to want to find sellers that have a really good rating, number one, but also have a buy it now and they have more than one in stock. And what we're going to do is we are going to take the pictures that they have and we're going to jump over and we're going to use their stuff that they're selling and we're going to sell it on our Shopify store for more. Now, you may be thinking, now that doesn't seem like it's really fair to the person on eBay. Let me tell you, I've done this for a while. I've done it in multiple niches and industries. And trust me, they don't really care. I've had several eBayers that I've worked with very closely that they knew we were doing arbitrage on our store. They just wanted to make their sale. That's all they really cared about. So what we did is we would go in, we would find this. Let's say you find your chew toys, and we're going to take the pictures over, and we're going to put them on our store, and now we are going to basically sell this stuff. Now, however you run traffic, a lot of folks start off with Facebook ads. Maybe if you have a Facebook page, you can sell there. But the idea is you're going to run traffic to this store, and you're going to get an idea whether this product sells or not, and if it sells at your cost. Okay, so let's say that we found something on eBay for $5 and we wanted to ship it out and sell it for $19.95. Okay, I always try to look for things with free shipping too, because that helps your bottom line, and you can see how that would be something there. So you started running traffic and you sold 3 of them, and you had 500 people, let's say, go to your page, and you sold 3. Might not be the best idea, but if you sold, let's say, out of 500 people, you sold 40, 50 of these chew toys, and you were rocking it out, then you would want to scale it up. Now, how does this whole thing work? Well, what happens is when someone buys on your Shopify store, you're going to have money that's sent to your bank account right away, but then you're going to turn around pretty quickly and you're going to buy on eBay, and you're going to ship it as a gift to this person's address, which is going to be in your Shopify store. So with Shopify, you can get started for really, really cheap. Get your store set up. You can basically pull all your product information from eBay. You can run traffic for pretty cheap to get started. And what you start seeing pretty quickly is whether an item is actually going to sell to the audience that you want to sell it to or not. And if it's going to sell, then you say, okay, you know what? Maybe this eBay thing is not the best idea. I'm buying it for $5 here, but I can buy it elsewhere for cheaper, and I can ship it out for cheaper. So the way that you would actually pull this off, there's a lot of companies, a lot of places you can buy inventory and things online, but a lot of the places out there, it's a little shady, but one of the places that we love working with is actually called Alibaba. Now, the reason I like Alibaba is because just about anything that people sell on eBay, I can find on Alibaba almost the exact same item, if not the exact same item. So I will order a product from Alibaba, and it may sound a little scary because you're typically ordering for companies in China, but the idea here is you're going to actually go in and you're going to negotiate, and most of these folks speak English because this is where they make their money. But you can go in and negotiate. You can say, I'm going to order 500 of these. I want to pay $1 for them, and that's how I'm going to get started. Now, that's $500, right? Like $500 to $1,000 to $2,000 is what you could get into with inventory. But you got to understand, you already know you can sell it. You already know there's a market for it because you've done this arbitrage with eBay. So you can start off with Shopify and eBay, run in, sort of get an idea if the thing that you think is going to sell to the audience that you're putting in front of with your Shopify store. And then if they buy it, you buy it on eBay, ship it as a gift to the person. Tell your eBay person, don't put a receipt in there. It's a gift. And then, like I said, if you come up with a winner really quickly, then you can go look, and then you can spend money on inventory because you know it's going to work. So that's it. Like I said, there's more that you can get into, and we have a guide at fearlesssocial.com if you wanted to go check that out. But I think most of you, that gives you a good idea of where to start. How to get into selling physical products for really, really cheap is just a process of arbitrage. You don't have any money out there really, except for maybe to set up your Shopify store and maybe a Facebook ad if you decided to run an ad to an audience. But other than that, you're starting off pretty cheap, and you don't have to sink any money into inventory until you know it's going to work. So there you go. Ben Atkins here. Hope you enjoyed this edition of the Fearless Social Podcast. This was how to sell physical products online and how to know if it's going to work for less than $100. All right, so I hope you're enjoying the show. If you are, all you need to do is go in, leave us a comment, let us know that you're digging it, tell us what else you might want to hear from us, and also click the subscribe button so that we will be instantly sent to your mobile device or wherever you listen to us every time that we put out a new episode. Like I said, you can do that on iTunes, and you'll have the Fearless Social Podcast instantly delivered. All right, that's it for this time. Thanks for listening. I will see you soon. Want to add 50 to 100 targeted leads per day to your business? Meet Birdsong, the most powerful email list building app on the planet. Visit fearlesssocial.com/birdsong and watch the video to see how you can use Facebook and the Birdsong app to get 50 to 100 targeted leads per day for free.